radio how it's supposed to be heard. It's the Baka Boyz show.
What's going on? This is Drip.
Every day.
Showed up in the rain and everything. Are you good? Are you good, man?
Yeah, I'm Jesus.
All right,
man.
we're going to welcome you to the show. Here we go, Baka Boyz style.
1, 2, 3. Well, it's the Baka, baby. It's the Baka Boyz everywhere now, everywhere. It's the Baka Boyz, and we got a special guest for you. His name is Rick Rock Beats. Yeah, man, representing the Yay area.
Rick Rock Beats. What's up, brother?
What's up, bro, man? What's going down?
Man, thank you for coming through.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, bro.
You've done a lot of production with a lot of people, a lot of artists. We're reading your discography, Tupac, I mean, E40, Busta Rhymes, Fabulous. Man, the list goes on and on.
My brother had 3 discographies, bro.
Like, for real, man. I was like, man, who else did he work with? He worked with who?
Yeah, man.
And then we seen Tupac. I didn't even know you worked on that Tupac album.
Oh yeah, that was the beginning. That was the that's the Omega. That's the Mecca.
Yeah.
That's the Mecca of everything. Like the work ethic, the professionalism. That was like a training course. That was my first. Well, that was my second session ever.
Wow.
Working
How did that
on that
happen?
All Eyes on Me
How did
album.
you run into him?
Well, one of my partners, Mike Mosley, when I came from Alabama in the 90s, I knew him from California. So he was making music. So when I came back, I stayed with him on his couch, and he went to work with Tupac on the All Eyes on Me. And so I came with him. And then when Pac, I used to have a Cools bag my mom used to, she gave me, or she had when she smoked or whatever. And then that had all my discs. SB 1200 discs.
Hey,
so when for sure. So when I got to the studio and Pop played the All Eyes on Me album, he was slapping it, and then he had the Outlaws in there. He had 40, Sebo, Richie Rich, all the Bake Area cats was in there, and Pac was like, let's do a song.
Damn.
And so they was waiting for producers or like some equipment, but they had an SB 1200 right there.
And you had your disc.
Yeah,
And there it is.
Damn.
And so I slid it in and loaded it up at Can-Am, Old Death Row Studios, press play, and it just Trading War Stories, and Pac was like, what's that?
Wow.
I was like, man, that's you.
Right place, right time.
Right time. That's when you get older, you look back and you just see it's like,
Things don't happen on accident, though.
Man,
Tell me
it's
about.
incredible.
Because you were you were laying on somebody's couch. You were asleep on somebody's couch.
That's
and
it.
Changed the course of your life.
Yeah, but I got to lay on this couch because I decided to leave Montgomery, Alabama.
You had to take that chance.
Yeah, I was altering the course already. I was like, I got to get out of Montgomery, man, and it's too much bass music, and not enough hip hop, and not enough. It wasn't many lanes to get discovered. You feel me? So I was like, I took a chance.
Where were you getting your music from in Alabama, in Montgomery? Where was your source of music? Was it TV? Was it like a MTV or?
Yeah, it was. It was all the major markets as far as receiving it.
Yeah.
But in that market at that time,
It wasn't popping, huh?
It was Miami-based music. Luke came to my high school. You know what I'm saying? With the dancers and everything.
Okay.
That's how it was.
That's how crazy it was.
Yeah, a rally and everything. The whole school was there. It's crazy.
So you didn't jump on the bandwagon and start twerking?
Nah, definitely not. I did try to do a couple of those beats because I worked at a studio, SNA Promotions, and Mike London is a DJ Shadow out there in Montgomery, Alabama. And so he had a record pool and a record promotion. So I was working there and kind of, oh my God, got acclimated to how everything works and,
Okay.
I don't like that.
Where did you develop your passion for music and this producing life?
Ah, man, I don't know. It's just in me, not on me,
Like as a kid, you were like
Right.
always around music?
I had the Folgers coffee cans, but I wanted to play the drums, so I had back then they had the metal coffee cans.
Yeah.
So they had the plastic top, so I cut both the metals off the top and the bottom and put the plastic top on, and I had the small, medium.
You made
and the
your own
big
drums.
cans
So you
made
and
your
had
own
my
drums.
Damn.
So I was always like creative and wanting to try to do it, and then my uncle one day gave me his old drum set, when he bought another one. And then I started playing the drums, playing old records and trying to emulate the drum patterns and stuff. And then, it's just one of those things that when you look back, it just, it's just part of you. And you just, as you grow, you find a way to, stream it.
Yeah.
And in this way, I got a chance to stream it through music, chasing this incredible dream, this stuff I seen on TV called
49,
rap, you know?
49 after the hour. We have Rick Rock Beats in the
Yodel.
studio. Got the brand new single, FedEx, all that stuff. But I want to take it back a little bit one more time because you did work with Tupac. I want to know, what is the one thing that you learned from Tupac in the studio that you still carry today?
Oh man, I learned work ethic. I learned, just passion, creativity. But I tell you that work ethic was something I carried with me, and the solidness, and the way you just travel the path through this music thing. Mm-hmm. But I really, if I was to take something to the grave, I say the work ethic. Because I watched him, I was in about 5 or 6 sessions with him, and I just seen him just go ignorant,
It sounds like
President to track it all out. Just track that, put that in there. Let me record. It's almost like he knew he was gonna go or something.
Yeah.
And I apply that because it's like 1,000 no's, 1 yes.
Yeah.
Grind, then shine. It's like don't jump out there. Don't get ahead of your skis because it might come true and you might not be ready. And try to be original. That's the kind of the things I took from Pop.
Being a producer, working with artists, artists can be very difficult in the studio. We used to work with some artists as well, and they don't always want to listen to the producer. They have their way of doing certain things, and then they're kind of stubborn. They're definitely, they're artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're going to be stubborn. Mm-hmm. How do you deal with a stubborn artist that's not like kind of taking your direction because they're hiring you to kind of fulfill or finish painting their picture because they have the lyric part,
right?
But the lyrics are only so much without the the music. You know what I mean?
I haven't really worked with a lot of difficult artists. I think I've been blessed to work with artists that have gave me something like
right.
Jay-Z and all these Pacs and the 40s and the Busters and the Dr. Dre's Exhibits, all these people that been doing it, and it's kind of like when you're coming up, you trying to find you're coming from doing it kind of, and then you crossing over to become a professional, and these people help you because they're already doing it, so I haven't had really many difficult artists. At the end of the day, I say anybody that's up under me, that's under my pay grade as far as where I was at my peak or whatever, then they would kind of follow. They like, okay, I'll listen, because I had a lot to say. You can do this. Hey, take this, do that. Maybe we can restructure this and that. But if you trust me, and you see the track record, then it's gonna be all good. And it's all for the love.
Yeah, so, definitely. We have Rick Rock Beats in the studio. Who was your favorite artist to work with, or who was your favorite of all time that if you love working with this person because they always bring something different out of you as a producer?
Yeah. I say it'd probably be 40 Water because we just based on the amount of work we did. We did like maybe 70, 80 to 90 records or something. So it's been a long run. And in the beginning, it used to be like, nah, man, you use that, use this, and we go back and forth. Nah, you said something like that, and it was all about doing something creative
together.
Yeah, and building, putting paint where it ain't. Putting like these, you got bricks on the wall. That's like hip hop, and I just want my own brick in there, in the building foundation. I don't want to take nobody else's brick and put it over here. Just have my own sound, and he was as far as our Bay Area sound, he was very, very instrumental in it, and he was like a workhorse as well.
Definitely.
Do you have something, V? I have something.
Yeah, quick question. So what advice can you give to producers now? Like, we live in this generation where there's social media hardcore. Some rappers get their fame from social media and coming out like that. Where
trolls.
Where do you look for? Do you look for some of that? Do you look at that and their music and the beats, or what attracts you? I love artist. We're 80% or so water, and you can move water whatever way you want, jaggedly or smoothly, and so I look for things that moves my water, and it makes me feel inspired and like, wow, what is that? Creative. You can't emulate forever, and you can't emulate your way into the books, and that's what I want to tell producers. You're gonna emulate, and it's gonna be 100 of the same records, and nobody knows who did what. And 10 years later will come for you. And in that time, you never stood out. And, So I always say, put paint where it ain't, do what they ain't. Be creative as you can. Have your own sound. Paint what's in your mind. Don't paint what I put out there, or with Dre or Premier or any of the great producers that drew from their own inspiration and put it into a 3-dimensional world for y'all to where it's tangible. So, you know, that's what they need to be doing. That's what we all need to be doing in our own way. Be creative.
Let's talk about the single FedEx. Who's on this?
It's just moi.
Wow.
Just moi. That's it.
Is this the first time you did it, just a record for yourself?
Yeah. Nah. I put out an album. These are independent albums, you know. Basically, it's for my homeboy Swinger. You know, I always told him I'll put the albums out, and I have a little something to say.
Yeah.
And,
what are you talking about, FedEx? Tell me about the song.
Well, FedEx is just a fun record. You know, this record is just club fun. You know, it's talking about, you know, a couple things, you know, through the FedEx or whatever, but not too rap.
Introduce it, man. Introduce it.
Like FedEx, Rick Rock off that Rick Rock Beats, the album out March 1st.
Hey, hey,
Trip.
hey, 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 hey.
Rick Rock.
Won't you?
Do it.
Damn.
That's how we get down,
Damn.
bro.
Like that, right on.
That's a slapper.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My nephew called it stripper slappers.
Stripper slappers.
Yeah, stripper slappers.
Hey, Rick, man, I've been waiting. I mean, you know, we've been producing for a long time as well. We actually had an opportunity to work with Tupac, and we turned it down.
Yeah, we made a mistake back then. We still paying for it, man.
What happened? He said something bad.
No, we weren't in the studio with them. We just had beats, and we were running around Los Angeles with our SP 1200,
There it
doing
is.
what we do.
That's right.
And then we got a chance to go up to Interscope Records, and this is before Death Row was there. He was already signed to Interscope,
Right.
and they were looking for beats for his new project,
Right.
and we just were not fans of
Yeah,
him
at that time.
Yeah.
But we should have still turned in beats like some, you know, some
Yeah,
smart
yeah.
G's, young
Oh,
G's.
yeah, for sure.
So, but no, I wanted to get to you. I'm looking for a master. I want to be a Padawan. I want to get some notes from you as a producer. You know, because I still make beats, but I'm not slapping like you are slapping.
Oh man, come
So
on.
I'm just saying. So can I send you some joints? You could be like, hey, give me some notes. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm young and trying to get into the game.
Yeah, man, send me that.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's
Appreciate
all
that.
Jesus.
Radio how it's supposed to be heard. It's the Baka Boyz Show.
What's going on? This is Drip.